phones on the silent mode. Thank you so much.
Wait. మినిట్స్ వస్తాడు పవర్ మినిస్టర్ వస్తాడు 2 నిమిషాలు మాట్లాడుతాను ఇది ఇప్పుడు సెట్ చేశారు ఇది ఇప్పుడు సెట్ చేశారు రెడ్డి గారు రెడ్డి గారు సోలార్ పార్క్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ వరల్డ్లో బిగ్గెస్ట్ వరల్డ్లో నంబర్ 3 నెక్స్ట్ 6 మంత్స్కి పవర్ మినిస్టర్ వస్తాడు చెప్పు మీసాలు మాత్రం బాగున్నాయి తెలంగాణ అందరికి రాజధాని వస్తుంది లైవ్
What did you take? You take 2 courses.
గ్రూప్లో వాడి అందరు చూస్తారు మీరు యూట్యూబ్ ఓపెన్ చేయండి మీరు యూట్యూబ్ ఓపెన్ చేసి
ఏదైనా ఇప్పుడు చూసినాయా
ఒక లైవ్ వస్తుంది గ్రూప్లో పెట్టేసి
పెట్టావు మరి
లేదు డైరెక్ట్ యూట్యూబ్లోకి వెళ్ళి
మేడం టీవీ కొట్టేసినా లింక్ పెట్టేసి అందులో ఆడిట్ పెట్టి
ఏమని పెట్టారండి గ్రూప్ ఏమని పెట్టారు
గోవా
గోవా నేషనల్ కౌన్సిల్
SJFI గోవా టీమ్ గోవా జర్నలిస్ట్ టీమ్
ఓకే
మామూలు పండుగ అది ఒక పడగతి పండుగ మామూలు
యూట్యూబ్ ఓపెన్
లైట్ మోడ్ కనికి రాలేదు
అరే
డిస్టర్బెన్స్ సైలెంట్ ఉండదు
క్లైమేట్ తీసి
ఒక
ఒకసారి అని లేస్తే అందరు చూస్తారని. షేర్ కొట్టాలి. సార్ కనిపిస్తాను, సార్కి ఒకసారి
ఆ పైన నీకు షేర్ చేసి
లింక్ అలా పెట్టు, గ్రూప్ లైవ్ వస్తుంది. యూట్యూబ్ ఓపెన్ చేయి, డైరెక్ట్ లింక్ తీసుకో, లైవ్ కొట్టు, మెడారెంట్ కొట్టు. కొట్టే ఎన్ని గ్రూపులు ఉంటే అన్ని గ్రూపులో కొట్టాను. యూట్యూబ్ एक मिनट
हमारे बीच उपस्थित हो रहे हैं आदरणीय केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री। सबसे अनुरोध है कि कृपया खड़े हो जाएं और माननीय आदरणीय श्री श्रीपाद भाऊ नाईक जी का अभिवादन करें। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर। Good evening, respected dignitaries, distinguished delegates, and the pillars of India's media fraternity. हमारे बीच उपस्थित है आदरणीय केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री ऊर्जा तथा नवीन और नवीकरणीय ऊर्जा मंत्री श्री श्रीपाद भाऊ नाईक जी, संचालक माहिती एवं प्रसिद्धि संचालनालय श्री दीपक बांदेकर, श्री संदीप दीक्षित, अध्यक्ष सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया, श्री गुरुदास सावर, अध्यक्ष स्वागत समिति, श्री NP चिकुटी, सेक्रेटरी जनरल SJFI, तथा श्री सुभाष नाइक, जनरल सेक्रेटरी GSJ, श्रीमती सुहासिनी प्रभुगांवकर, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट SJFI, और श्री राज तिलक नाइक, प्रेसिडेंट गोवा यूनियन ऑफ जर्नलिस्ट। सबका हार्दिक हार्दिक स्वागत है। Today is not just another gathering. Today is a historical moment. For the very first time in India's history, the Senior Journalist Federation of India has come together for its first National Council meet, a collective voice rising not in protest, but in dignity, not for privilege, but for justice. These are voices of the fourth estate, voices that once questioned power, protected democracy, and carried the truth to every corner of the nation. Many of these warriors of journalism spent decades holding the mirror to society. And yet today, as they are graying with experience and sacrifice, they seek something simple, something rightful. I now request Sri Subhash Naik and Sri Gurudas Savalji to escort all our guests on the dais and requesting all the dignitaries to light the ceremony and inaugurate this program. विनम्रता पूर्वक निवेदन करती हूँ हमारे सभी माननीय अतिथिगण मंच पर पधार कर दीप प्रज्वलन कर इस कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ करें। A tradition that symbolizes the triumph of light over darkness and knowledge over ignorance. ज्ञान, आशा और सकारात्मक ऊर्जा का प्रतीक माना जाता है दीप। दीपक का प्रकाश अज्ञान के अंधकार को दूर कर ज्ञान और प्रगति का मार्ग प्रशस्त करता है। सभी मान्यवरों से निवेदन है, कृपया मंचासीन हो जाए। With this noble vision and collective determination, we begin the proceedings of the first National Council meet of Senior Journalists Federation of India. And I would like to request Sri Gurudas Savalji, Chairman of the Reception Committee, a very able and determined senior journalist, to deliver his welcome speech. Sri Gurudas Savalji.
Namaskar. I'm very privileged and proud to welcome you all for this All India meeting held in Goa. I had a similar privilege in 1995 when I was Goa University President. We have organized the 97th plenary session of IFWJ headed by Mr. Vikram Rao at Kala Academy, where about 600 journalists from all over India were present. Today is the second time I have the privilege. It's only because of Suhasini Prabhugaonkar, who insisted on us that we should have the first National Council meeting in Goa. I'm very happy that I am here today to welcome you all. We have a very deep appreciation, deep gratitude for Kerala people. It was in 1981 when first we attended a conference at Kochi, and we were given a very warm welcome by our people, comrades from Kerala. Then in 1995, our then Chief Minister, Mr. Pratap Singh Rane, he was the Congress Chief Minister. I put forward the demand of pension for journalists in Goa. Till then, we were not aware that we are getting pension also because we are private employees, we were private employees. But however, he said, yes, we'll do it. And 5 years went just past off, nothing was done. In 2002, Mr. Manohar Parrikar of BJP became Chief Minister of Goa. And we approached him, he said, sir, this is what is happening in Kerala and other states. So he said, you give me a draft of the scheme. We don't have anything. And that time, Mr. John Joseph from Kerala, who was a UNI representative in Goa, he helped me. He got a copy of the scheme of Kerala government, but it was in Malayalam script or language. It was difficult for us to translate it because none of us Goan journalists were knowing Malayalam language. But then Mr. Vicky Abdullah, who was PID in charge of Goa office, helped us. He translated the whole scheme into us to give us. And Mr. Manohar, I am very happy to say that Mr. Manohar Parrikar, he sanctioned the scheme within 15 days. He started with a contributory scheme. And we are getting rupees 1,000 per month for senior journalists. And after me, Mrs. Suhasini Prabhugaonkar became the president of GUJ, and she implemented it. It was easy for her to implement because her husband, Mr. Shivaji Prabhugaonkar, was the director of information. It was very easy for her to implement it. Then, Goa government is doing a lot of schemes for retired journalists, senior journalists and journalists. Our main body of GUJ, Goa Hindu journalists, is working very hard for the welfare of the people, of journalists. And you will be able to know from Mr. Deepak Bandekar, our Director of Information, all the schemes which are being implemented for welfare journalists in Goa. I will mention only one scheme, where we celebrate 16 November every year as the National Press Day. And one of among us, a senior journalist, is given rupees 1 lakh purse and lifetime achievement award. So this is what we are doing in Goa. And today, again, I say, we went last year, in August, we went to Trivandrum. The governor of Kerala is a Goan, our old friend, Rajan Allegar. We enjoyed his hospital for 2 days. And then after 2 days, our comrades help us to get it. And we must be thankful to you all because one of my colleagues, Suhasini Prabhugaonkar, was elected unanimously as the vice president of this federation. And it was she who insisted that we should have the first national committee in Goa. We are not prepared because we have a shortage of manpower, shortage of money also. But however, because of her insistence, because of her pressure, we agreed to that. I must say that our colleague Subhash Naik and other colleagues, Sudhakar Naik and others, we have tried our level best to give you the best possible facility in Goa. I don't know. Nobody is perfect in this world. So if some of you are having any difficulties, some inconvenience, please excuse us, forgive us. We try to do better thing next time when we meet again. I'm sure with Suhasini's help and guidance, we are able to organize not only National Council meeting, but bigger convention in Goa also in future. So I welcome you all. I welcome our chief guest today, Chief Guest Sripad Babu. We call him Babu, our elder brother. He's here to guide us, and I'm sure that he will take up our issue with the central government and the demand that we are making at national level. We met at the earliest. Then we are having our Director of Information and Publicity, Deepak Bandekar, and all our senior colleagues, our friends. I welcome you one and all of you, and thank you very much for giving us the chance to organize this national meeting in Goa. Thank you very much.
सच की राह पर चलना आसान नहीं होता, पर पत्रकार वही होता है जो अंधेरे में भी सच का दीप जलाए रखता है. Thank you so much, Shri Gurudas Sawal ji, for these warm words of welcome. Thank you so much. अभी सभी गणमान्य अतिथियों का फूलों की सुगंध भरी और सुंदर भेंट देकर उनका स्वागत और सम्मान करें. अनुरोध करना चाहूंगी श्री गुरुदास सावल जी से कि वे आज के प्रमुख अतिथि आदरणीय श्रीपाद भाऊ नाइक जी को पुष्प प्रदान करें. फूलों की यह सुगंधित भेंट हमारी श्रद्धा सम्मान का प्रतीक है. कृपया इसे हमारे स्नेह और आदर के रूप में स्वीकार करें भाऊ. अनुरोध करना चाहूंगी श्री राज तिलक नाइक जी से कि वे श्री दीपक बांदेकर जी का स्वागत करें। श्री सुभाष नाइक जी से अनुरोध है कि वे श्री संदीप दीक्षित जी का स्वागत करें, प्रेसिडेंट SJFI। मैडम सुहासिनी प्रभुगांवकर हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं। मैम, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप श्री NP चेकुटी, सेक्रेटरी जनरल SJFI, आपका स्वागत करें। फूलों की ये छोटी सी भेंट हमारी ओर आपके प्रति आदर, सम्मान और हार्दिक स्वागत का प्रतीक है। चलिए कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। I would now like to request Shri Sandeep Dikshit ji, President, Senior Journalist Federation of India, to give his presidential address.
Good evening, everyone. It's a humbling experience to be standing before so many veteran journalists over here. And my special welcome, of course, to Seema Mustafa, who's come specially for this. And I would also like to remind that we have journalists who have come from Kashmir to Kerala. We have Subhash ji, Chandar ji from up north down to the sizable contingent of Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Assam, and Delhi, of course. So we have a very vibrant mix of journalists from all languages, from all over India. And our effort has been to make it a non-partisan body. And as we explained to the Honorable Minister also, some states do give pensions, but many states do not give pensions, and there is an inequality in pensions that is given. And as our compare Siddhiji mentioned very clearly and very evocatively, how we people who for 40 years we show the mirror of the society, but we are largely left to languish without pension, without social security, without health benefits for the rest of their lives. And the fact is that many journalists who have been in top positions for 40 years, 50 years, they are today having to depend on their children, on the handouts for their very existence. So our humble demand has been that there should be a central initiative in this direction. A central initiative that equalizes the pensions that are given in various states, as well as nudges the other states to give pension at the same level. And I suppose we are moving in a positive direction. If we remain united, if we remain non-partisan, if we remain vibrant, I'm sure our demand will be listened to sympathetically by the center as well. The second aspect is, of course, interrelated, and that is related to health. As we grow older, a whole lot of state governments and central government also has recognized that senior citizens need a certain kind of preferential treatment. So there have been a lot of schemes in this regard. So we would also urge and request the central government to extend the central government health scheme to all over India, to all eligible journalists. And when we talk of journalists, we don't talk of reporters alone. We talk of sub-editors. We talk of people who are behind the scenes, people who are in front of the scenes, people who have contributed to making newspapers and TV channels a vibrant and a very credible source of information as far as possible. So these are the two main demands. The third, which state units will do, is the emotional quotient. When, as journalists, we interact every day with 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, but after retirement, we, because of course, lack of pensions, and because we have retired, we retreat to our houses, we become solitary citizens, and this trend has accelerated after COVID. So, as senior journalists, we would also like to contribute to the emotional quotient, something that Kerala has been doing very well. They take out trips of journalists meet, and for very senior journalists who are 80 years old, 85 years old, they go to their houses on their birthdays and anniversaries and wish them. That would be a small gesture, a very formal gesture, but it means a lot to a person who's been sitting alone for many, many years in his house. So these three aspects I feel we should be focusing on. And I would have spoken more, but our honorable ministers here, so we should make it short and sweet, which I shall do. And tomorrow in our internal sessions, we shall have a lot to speak. So thank you very much. And once again, let me tell you that I'm humbled that so many journalists from various parts of the country have made an effort to come to Goa on their own and to make this conference a success, to put our heads together and to think in a united fashion. So thank you so much.
We really salute those fearless voices who spent their lives defending truth and democracy. Thank you so much, Shri Sandeep Dikshit ji, for enriching us. Now we look forward to hearing from Director Information and Publicity Department, Shri Deepak Jibandekar, whose insights and experience will truly guide us. Shri Deepak Bandekar.
Namaskar and very good evening. Honorable Union Minister for State for Power and New and Renewable Energy, Shri Sripadji Naik, Shri Sandeep Dikshit, President of Senior Journalist Federation of India, Shri P. Chekkuti, Secretary General, Shri Gurdas Savar, Chairman of Reception Committee, Suhasini Prabhugaokarji, Raj Tilak Naik, Subhash Naik, all the other office bearers and members of the Senior Journalist Federation present here from all over the country. It is an honor and deeply moving privilege to stand before you today at this historic first National Council meeting of Senior Journalist Federation of India. When a group of senior journalists, people who have spent 4, 5, sometimes 6 decades chasing truth, asking uncomfortable questions, and bearing witness to the making and unmaking of our republic, decide to come together in a unified national platform, it is not merely an organizational milestone, it is a moral and professional statement. You have chosen in the evening of your working lives not to retreat into silence or nostalgia, but to raise your voice once again, this time collectively for dignity, for equity, for unfinished agenda of welfare that every working journalist in this country deserves, and especially those who have gave their youth and middle age to this profession. I congratulate Sandeep Dikshit, NP Chekoti, and every founding member, every state unit leader who turned an idea born in Kerala into a federation with national ambition in such a short time. That speed and seriousness reflect the urgency you feel, and urgency the entire profession should feel. Let us be very clear about why this federation matters now more than ever. The India you reported on has changed beyond recognition, from a cautious socialist economy to the fourth largest in the world, from analog strategies to the digital abundance, from single channel of Doordarshan to 1,000 shouting screens at infinite timelines. Yet, two things remains disturbingly constant. First, the working condition and social security of the vast majority of journalists have not kept pace with the growth of the media industry itself. Second, the attack on press freedom, sometimes crude and physical, sometimes sophisticated and economic, has become more frequent and more normalized. You, the senior generations, have seen both the golden periods of fearless reporting and darkening phases of intimidation. You have institutional memory that no data set or algorithm can replicate. That memory is your greatest asset. And now, through this federation, it becomes the collective conscience of Indian journalism. I want to highlight three urgent tasks I believe this National Council should set as its foundational agenda. First, of course, as you said, a credible uniform national framework for social security. Pension after 15-20 years of service should not be a state by state lottery. A journalist who served readers in Kashmir, in Kanyakumari, in Kohima, or in Kutch should not face retirement in uncertainty while others receive reasonable monthly support. The center and the states must be persuaded through facts, through moral pressure, through your life experience, and journalists are not just another occupational category. They are custodians of constitutional democracy. Their old age cannot be treated as collateral damage. Second, protection from coercion, legal harassment, and economic strangulation. We have seen defamation suits multiplied, advertisements weaponized, and digital platforms used to dox and intimidate. Senior journalists must lead the conversation on how to make safety structures real, not just rhetoric, for the younger colleagues who are entering an even more precarious profession. Third, reclaiming the soul of the craft. In an age of speed, clicks, polarization, and algorithm outrage, the values you grew up with, verification, fairness, context, proportionality, are under existential threat. This federation can become the moral compass that reminds the industry, the owners, the audience, and the government what responsible journalism looks like. You are not here to fight yesterday's battles again. You are here to ensure that tomorrow's journalists do not inherit the same insecurities you endured. When the history of Indian journalism in the first quarter of 21st century is written, let it record that when the profession was most polarized and most precarious, group of senior journalists chose unity over ego, solidarity over silence, and collective action over individual comfort. That story begins today in this room with you. I wish the Senior Journalist Federation of India wisdom, stamina, and unbreakable unity. May your resolutions translate into policy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable thoughts. It is said that the purpose of journalism is to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. Isn't that true? दोस्तों, ऊर्जा किसी भी राष्ट्र के प्रगति की धुरी होती है और माननीय मंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में यह धुरी अधिकाधिक सशक्त हो रही है। आपके प्रयासों को हम हृदयपूर्वक नमन करते हैं। आपका समर्पण, आपकी कार्यदक्षता और राष्ट्र निर्माण के प्रति आपकी प्रतिबद्धता हम सभी के लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत है। आज आपका हमारे बीच उपस्थित होना भी हमारे लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है। माननीय मंत्री जी का व्यक्तित्व, नेतृत्व और ऊर्जा क्षेत्र के प्रति उनकी प्रगति, दूरदृष्टि, समर्पण का सुंदर संगम है। प्रार्थना करना चाहूंगी माननीय केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री ऊर्जा और नवीन और नवीकरणीय ऊर्जा मंत्री श्री श्रीपाद भाऊ नाइक जी से कि आप हम सबको मार्गदर्शन करें।
Namaskar. Good evening to all of you. Respected dignitaries of the dais, Sri Deepak Bandekar ji, Director, Department of Information and Publicity, Sri Sandeep Dikshit ji, President, Senior Journalist, Federation of India, Sri MP Chikuti ji, Secretary General, Senior Journalist Federation of India, Sri Gurdas Sawal ji, Vice President, Goa Senior Journalist Association and Chairman this organizing committee, Sri Raj Tilak Naik ji, President Goa Union of Journalists and Vice Chairman of organizing committee, Srimati Subhashini Prabhugaonkar ji, Vice President, Senior Journalist Federation of India, Sri Subhash Naik ji, General Secretary, Goa Senior Journalist Association and General Secretary of Organizing Committee, Office Bearer and Member of Senior Journalists Federation of India, Office Bearer of Goa Union of Journalists, Office Bearer of Goa Senior Journalists Association, distinguished senior journalists from across the country, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be present here in Goa for the first National Council meeting of Senior Journalists Federation of India. I extend a warm welcome to all the senior journalists who have traveled from different parts of our country to participate in this important gathering. Journalists play a vital role in strengthening the democracy. Often referred to as the fourth estate, they act as a bridge between the government and the people, ensuring transparency, accountability, and informed public discourse. Senior journalists, in particular, bring with them the decade of experience, wisdom, and professional integrity. Even after retirement, many continues to contribute to public life by monitoring younger journalists and engaging the discussion on national and social issues. Their expertise is truly invaluable asset for society. I am pleased to note that the Senior Journalists Federation of India, launched in Thiruvananthapuram last year, has already expanded its presence to several states. This reflects the growing need for a national platform that brings together senior journalists and addresses the issue related to their welfare and social security. Concerns such as pension support, healthcare coverage, and welfare measures for senior journalists deserve serious attention. Those who have dedicated their lives to journalism and public services deserve the dignity, security, and respect in their later years. I understand that the Federation has submitted a memorandum to the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, highlighting its concerns and proposing measures such as a national pension scheme and broader healthcare support. Constructive dialogue between the government and media organization will certainly help address these important issues. I'm also happy that this historical meeting is being held in Panji, Miramar, in the beautiful state of Goa, which has a vibrant and dynamic media landscape. Goa has always recognized the contribution of journalists and has taken a progressive step in supporting their culture. This meeting provides an excellent opportunity for senior journalists from across the country to exchange ideas and collectively chart a roadmap for strengthening the professions and safeguarding the interests of veteran journalists. I congratulate the organizer, particularly the Goa Senior Journalists Association and the Goa Union of Journalists, for hosting this important national event. I wish the National Council meeting of the Senior Journalists Federation of India great success and hope that the deliberation will lead to meaningful outcome for the welfare and dignity of senior journalists in India. With these words, I once again welcome all of you to Goa and wish you fruitful discussion and pleasant stay. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Honorable Shripad Bhau, for this encouraging words and words of wisdom. Thank you so much for being here and gracing the occasion and also sharing your valuable thoughts on this occasion. As the speakers discussed about the first meet which happened at Trivandrum, and the souvenir of the same meet is being released today at the hands of Honorable Shripad Bhau. May I request Honorable Shripad Bhau to release the souvenir? And before that, I would like to call on stage Senior Journalist General Secretary KP Vijay Kumar ji, Vice President Shri T. Shashi Mohan ji, Reception Committee Chairman Shri John Mundakayam, Secretary Franco Lewis. Kindly come on stage. Shri Gavridas ji. I request Honorable Minister. Requesting Honorable Shripad Naik ji to release the souvenir. I request Editor Shri T. Shashimohan to receive the souvenir.
Dear friends, Karnataka unit of senior journalists would like to felicitate and honor the chief guest.
Committee chairman Don.
Yeah, I'm good. A kind request to Honorable Shripad Bhau to felicitate Shri John Mundakayam. And also Editor C. Gavridasan Nair. Can we come on stage? Ma'am Prima Sharma from Assam.
Sri Govindadasan Nair was the editor of the souvenir, and Sri Joman Muntakayam was the chairman of the reception committee, organizing committee of the Thiruvananthapuram conference on the founding conference of the SJFI. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this love, for this respect. Kindly. Telangana journalist would also like to do honors. Shri Anandam, Vice President, SJFI, and his team from Telangana, Hyderabad.
Side. Without.
Thank you very much, Team Telangana. It's really a pleasure to have you all amongst us here. Now, I request Sri Guru Savalji, Chairman Reception Committee, to present memento to Honorable Chief Guest of today's function.
Sir, second hand. Sir, second hand. एक मिनट. రమేష్ నాకు ఫోటో తీ ఒకసారి. నువ్వు అన్నీ ఉండు సెల్లుది. నీ సెల్లుది మళ్ళీ నా టైం దొరకదు. మళ్ళీ దొరుకుతుందా?
I would also like to request Shri Guru Savalji to present a memento to Shri Deepak Pandikar, Director, Information and Publicity Department, Government of Goa.
తెలంగాణ సార్ సీనియర్ జర్నలిస్ట్. సీనియర్ జర్నలిస్ట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఒకటి తీస్తానని మనం అనుకోవద్దే.
Thank you. Kind request to Honorable Shri Padmavji to present memento to the dignitaries on the days. Shri N.P. Chekuti, Secretary General, SJFI. Kindly present memento to Shri Sandeep Dikshit, President, SJFI. We have two more personalities who have really worked very hard in order to make this event happen and successful too. Shri Naveen Acharya, who has helped us tremendously in the entire organization, former Assistant Director, Sports Authority of Goa, and gold medalist in World Yoga, is also called Yogacharya. Shri Shri Mahesh Naik, former Assistant Director Sports. Who has also taken lots of pain to see all the nitty-gritties of this event. Thank you so much, Rahul. Ma'am Rima wants to present Asami, right? Asami shawl to Shri Bandekar sir. Stole. Thank you, ma'am. And this formal program of inauguration of first National Council meet is about to get over. It was really very crisp, short and sweet program. And I would like to request Shri N.P. Chikuti, Secretary General, SJFI, to deliver words of thanks. Chikuti, sir.
Respected President of the SDFI, our Honorable Minister Srivat Naik ji and Bandekar ji, Madam Suhasini ji, Sawal ji, our Naik ji, Riyaz Tilak ji, and all of us who have attended this program. We are extremely thankful to our Goan boss for organizing such a wonderful meeting for all those people who have come from the country. In fact, this is something we have, it is beyond the expectations that we had. When I was coming from Trivandrum to Goa, I never thought that somebody at early in the morning at 5 o'clock would come to the railway station to receive us. But the Goa's elderly people who are the youngest in India's journalistic profession, they came there and received us, and they gave us every possible facility, every possible hospitality, which anybody can expect. So I thank the entire Goan team of our colleagues. Sawaji here, Madam Ji is here, Naik Ji is here, and many of others, and Raithilak is there. From our heart, we thank every one of them for this kind of reception. The second part is that, when we were having a conference in Trivandrum in last August, there were people from 10 states attending that conference. And there was a lot of expectations because that conference was able to pinpoint the exact problems the senior journalists in this country are really facing. It's an august profession. It is an exalted profession. It's a profession which has a history of 150 years in this country. And we have completed 70 years of independence. And what is the situation of a senior journalist in this country? How does he live? What is his condition? Is there any kind of an investigation going into this kind of aspects? We have that kind of investigations going into every other section of Indian society. Workers we have, trade unions we have, other professions. But in the case of journalists, who have been providing the kind of information on the situation of each and every section of Indian society to the people and the government, nobody has been bothered about how these people are living after the retirement. Many people are living in penury. This is the real situation in India today. Why? Because when we were concerned about the wage boards, the wage boards never really made any kind of a provision for after retirement life. You get your pay when you are working, but after your retirement, what happens? A very few handful of states like Goa and Kerala and some other states, they are providing some pensions not as a right, but as a kind of a handover. But that is not the way this profession has to be treated. That is why last time
when we were holding that conference, there was a unanimous opinion that we should demand the central government to take the initiative. Why? Because in this country, we have had labor laws, we have had working journalist acts, we have had wage board. All of them are central government sponsored legislations. Then why can't we have a legislation or an initiative on the part of the central government that ensures that each and every journalist in this country gets some minimum pension, some minimum social security? That is what we have been asking the central government. That is what we have been giving the memorandum to the Prime Minister. And I hope that you were talking to the minister today also, and he has said that the government will definitely look into these matters. That's a great promise he has made to us, and I'm sure that Sripath Naikji will follow it up when he goes to Delhi. So that is the kind of situation we are facing today. And this conference and the council meeting tomorrow will definitely look into the entire gamut of issues that we are facing. And we will come up with a number of resolutions demanding as well as explaining the kind of issues that we are facing. And I'm sure that right now in Trivandrum we had 10 states representing in the conference. Right here in Goa we have 17 states. And the next time we are holding another conference in Bangalore or some other place, I am sure that 25 to 30 states the entire country will be represented in that conference when we are having it November, December next year. So I thank you, everybody. I thank the Minister, Sripath Naikji. I thank our President, Sandeepji, and Bandekarji, and Rajtilakji, and all our leaders in Goa, and all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chikuri sir. Goa is known for its hospitality, and you truly experienced it. Goa is not just a destination, it's a feeling where sea whispers peace and land sings culture. Where golden beaches meet emerald hills, Goa smiles in every shade of blue and green. Goa teaches us to slow down, to breathe deeply, and celebrate life with grace. I hope and wish that your stay in Goa is really fruitful and enjoyable. Thank you so much. The formal function of this first meet is, I declare it is over. Thank you so much. Next, we have seminar on social security for senior journalists in India, problems and prospects. Sir, I'm back.